Good morning, everybody. Matt Modi here to give you my favorite MLB home run picks for today. We're talking Thursday, April 3rd. I'm going to have 4 MLB home run predictions for you guys to lock in for today's MLB betting slate. It is a little bit of a smaller slate. I think there are only 5 games today. 4 of the 5 are pretty good from a home run perspective, so that's great. And I'm going to have a play in each of these 4 games where the weather you see here is good. This is all on Ballpark Pal. We're going to get into that. Before we do, we got to do a recap from yesterday, which was another great day. It's just been an absolutely insane run that we are on with the Dong Report to start the season. That continued yesterday. We got 2 of our 3 guys to cash. Thank you to Jackson Merrill. Thank you to Shohei Ohtani. We only missed out on Matt McLain not hitting a home run. He didn't do anything yesterday, so I can't even complain that he even came close. I will gladly take a day where we get 2 of 3 of our guys to mash home runs. That now makes it 5 straight days in the profit since Saturday. So both Saturday and Sunday, we got 3 of our 4. And then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we got 1. Monday, Tuesday, we got 1, but only getting 1 still equals profit thanks to the odds. And then yesterday, we got 2 of our 3. So that also means 3 times in the last 5 days, we've been 1 player away from cashing our home run parlay. But that's all right. We'll gladly take a day in which we were up 1.86 units, which we were yesterday. On the entire season, that now brings our profit up to 8.1 units. That's awesome. ROI, 112%. That's awesome. I don't necessarily think we're going to be able to keep up a 112% ROI over the course of the season. But this has been an amazing year, amazing start to the year, I should say. And the way that I play these, I risk a unit total on these home runs. We could have 8 straight days without getting a guy to cash, and we would still be profitable. Now, I don't think that's going to happen, and I certainly hope that's not going to happen, but it's just been an amazing run. We're up I think 11 units over the last 5 days because I started off the season down 3 units the first couple days. I didn't get one the first 3 days of the year. I thought it was going to be a terrible year, and it's just been absolutely amazing. So we will have a cold streak. I want to know the people that are watching the video. We will have a stretch where we go a couple days without getting a guy to hit a home run. That will happen. I had a stretch 2 years ago, 2023 season, where I went 25 straight guys, 24 maybe, without getting one to hit a home run. Last year was an absolute slog. The month of April, down 20 units. End of the year, up 18 units of profit. And this year's just been an amazing start. So let's hope that we can keep it up regardless. As I mentioned, I'm going to have 4 for you guys to lock in, and we can get right into it. So I'm using Ballpark Pal, my favorite tool for these home run predictions. Amazing, amazing tool. If you want to check them out, I put a link in the description of the video just so you can check them out. But as I mentioned, 5 games today, 4 of which we see are positive weather games for home run. Now, it's weather plus stadium. That's what this is looking into. And the reason why we see these wind icons here, right? It's really windy. And in all 3 cases, the wind is blowing out of the stadium. So we want to look at situations, or we're looking for situations like this where we're getting positive games from a stadium in a weather perspective. And then this one here is being played in Milwaukee. It's a dome, and it's generally a hitter's park, albeit slightly, not a huge hitter's park, but still a hitter's park. But these top 3, especially these 2 in the middle, the Yankee Stadium and the Philly Stadium, very, very good. So with that thought in mind, the first home run pick that I have here is Ketel Marte to hit a home run. He is at plus 400 odds at DraftKings is the best offer price. This is where I sent it out as well. For you guys to lock in here is this plus, I don't know what this I does. That doesn't work. Is this plus 400 at Ketel Marte? Quarter unit here. That's what I'm putting on all of my home run picks for today. So we're risking 1 unit total. Now, Marte is in the category of guys, and let me zoom in a little bit here, actually, who's absolutely mashing the baseball. He just hasn't been able to get one over the park. So we're looking at just hard hits in general. And you see here, when I say hard hit, I don't mean that guy hit the ball hard. I mean that it was tracked with an exit velocity of 95 miles per hour or higher. And we look at the guys just with the most hard hits on the year. Now, the top 4 haven't gone yard. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you that hard hits equals home runs. But with the guy like Ketel Marte, who was a really good home run hitter last year, has been smacking the crap out of the baseball, just hasn't gotten one to go yard. The reason why, this fly ball rate is a pretty low 30%. That's why. His average launch angle of 12 degrees actually isn't terrible. I mean, we see Manny Machado at 6, Brandon Nimmo at 8. That 11.9 honestly isn't terrible. I mean, to compare that, Ohtani's is at 12. The problem is when he hits the ball hard, he hasn't also hit it with the right launch angle. But I trust that Ketel Marte will have a stretch where he goes on a home run binge like he did last year. The matchup is pretty good going up against Cookie Carlos Carrasco. Carrasco is not like the worst home run pitcher in the MLB. He's not, I don't have a guy in mind, but he's not the worst. He definitely is someone you want to target for home runs, though. Last year, his home run per 9 was 1.65. That's a really, really bad number. If you look at like the worst home run per 9 in the entire MLB last year, we're looking at just home run per 9. This is of qualified pitchers. And he didn't pitch enough innings to qualify, but the worst was 1.67. And remember, he was 1.65. He was right there. And his first start, he only went 2 innings. He got shelled. I mean, he gave up 1 home run in those 2 innings and just got annihilated. So I'm not scared off of the pitching matchup for Carlos Carrasco as well. Now, Ketel Marte is a switch hitter, so he's going to be batting lefty against Ketel Marte. I will admit, Marte is generally better when he's facing right-handed, or the opposite. He's better when he's facing lefty, so he can bat righty. He's better, but he's still good when he is going up against right-handed pitching. So I'm not necessarily scared off of that for Ketel Marte. And I'm really just backing on him coming through after he's been hot at the plate. Like, we look at how he played last night, his last game. He had the hardest hit of the game, 115 miles an hour. Is absolutely absurd. That is an insane exit velocity, 115. 106 was another play. Look, just the launch angle wasn't there, -5 and 4 degrees. But I have faith that he's going to be able to lift that ball, get one to go over the fence. And we look at per Ballpark Pal. Look at their odds screen. Ketel Marte is the 3rd most likely guy to hit a home run. They price his true odds. It's slightly plus EV at 374 is what the Ballpark Pal has their true odds, and we're getting it at plus 400 at DraftKings. So I really like Ketel Marte to hit a home run. It is our first bet of the day as well, Ketel Marte. Next up, the second one that I have here is I'm going Hunter Goodman to hit a home run, going up against Taijuan Walker, who we're going to get into him, but just an absolute meatball thrower is what he was last year. Another positive EV play according to Ballpark Pal. I should say the odds here, plus 450 is what I got it at DraftKings. It's still the price there, so no line movement. Another positive EV play on Ballpark Pal, 385. Their true line, 450 on DraftKings. Now, I don't solely bet if plus EV equals bet. I do a little bit of my own research, but that is a nice kind of feather, something in my pocket, whatever phrasing I'm looking for. It's nice to know that it's also highly rated by Ballpark Pal. But the matchup here for Hunter Goodman, I mean, Taijuan Walker is just a meatball machine thrower. Last year, he had an absolutely horrific 2.58 home run per 9 in 83 innings pitched. He was ungodly bad for the Phillies last year. His advanced stats, barrel rate, 13%, hard hit rate, 46%, launch angle, 15 degrees. Like, he was allowing guys to hit the ball hard and to put the ball in the air. Fly ball rate, 40%, line drive rate, 21.6%, pull rate, 44%. I mean, he could not do anything last year. One of the worst pitchers in all of baseball last year. That's who is starting for your Philadelphia Phillies tonight. He was slightly better in spring training, but not really. His last start, he got lit up. And Hunter Goodman's been really, really good this year. Again, it's been a small sample size. It's been 7 days. We're on like literally the 7th day of the season, but he's been really good to start the year. ISO rate 474. He's hit 2 home runs. And I like the fact, if we go off of their game yesterday, so these 2 teams played yesterday, the Phillies and the Rockies. Look at what Hunter Goodman did. He had 2 hard hits. He had the 3rd hardest hit of a game, a double. Actually, I'm going to go by exit velocity here. He had the 3rd hardest hit of a game, a double off of Jose Alvarado, the Phillies, probably their best reliever. Oh, yeah, and he also hit a home run off of Zach Wheeler, one of the best pitchers in baseball. So he had 2 hard hits yesterday against 2 of the best pitchers in baseball. One of them was a home run, traveled 370 feet. Not a home run in a lot of stadiums, but it doesn't matter because it was a home run in Philly Stadium, which is where he's playing tonight. And the ball that he hit that was a double traveled 401 feet and wasn't a home run. It easily could have been a double dong game for Hunter Goodman. So I'm just backing on him to stay hot. His stats are really, really good this year. Even his advanced numbers, barrels, he's got 4 on the year. 30% barrel rate is crazy. He is able to lift the ball. We see that launch angle is much higher than the Ketel Marte one that I was talking about earlier. Fly ball rate, 46%. Line drive rate, 38.5%. I mean, only his ground ball rate is 15%. That's insane. That's an amazing, amazing fly ball plus line drive rate. So he's hitting the ball hard. He's putting the ball in the air, and he's going up against a guy that his favorite thing in the world, Taijuan Walker, is allowing batters to do that. So that is our second play, is Hunter Goodman to hit a home run. Next up, I'm going back to Matt McLain. I'm giving him another chance. I will admit it has not been a great last 2 days for Matt McLain. But if you go back prior to that, like that's always kind of the tough thing with baseball is where do you cut off if a player is hot or not at the plate? If you look at the last 7 days, McLain's been one of the best, or the hottest, I should say, hitters in baseball. If you look at the last 2 days, he's not, and especially yesterday. So that is always kind of the dance you play with home runs, with batters in baseball. But 500 is the price I got it at DraftKings. That's still the best offered price. And as you can see, Matt McLain plus 500 quarter unit. And again, reminder, I put quarter unit on everybody today. But another good play per Ballpark Pal. They have him at 378. We're getting it at 500. They highlighted at orange because of how much of a plus EV play it is on Matt McLain. And there are 2 reasons why we like Matt McLain. Number one, as I mentioned, he's been really, really good. So even though the last 2 days have not gone his way, he's been good on the year. Like if you just take a step back and you look at his stats, ISO rate of 417 is awesome. Obviously, that's going to come down. It's a tiny sample size, but that's really good. He's also got 4 barrels, which is really good. Hard hit rate of 60%. That's really good. And the pitching matchup is phenomenal. Nestor Cortes Jr. Now, according to Ballpark Pal, it's a moderate advantage for McLain, but it's just because they don't have a lot of data with him against left-handed pitching. Like we see in terms of release point. Now, C+ isn't amazing, but we don't have, it's a question mark in terms of that's vertically. And then you go like pitch type, question mark, question mark, question mark. It's just because per Ballpark Pal, there's not enough data on Matt McLain. What I know is 2 things. Number one, 2 years ago, because he didn't play last year. So the last season McLain played, he was awesome against left-handed pitching. We go down to his advanced stats. We're looking at his splits. ISO rate of 283 against left-handed pitching, 184 against righties. To kind of give you guys some context to that, Fangraphs defines good to great ISO rate between 20 and 25%. That's like between good to great. Anything that is 25 and above, 250 and above, is considered excellent. So he goes from like slightly below average to excellent in terms of ISO rate going against lefties versus righties. And Nestor Cortes, absolute dong machine. Guy loves throwing home runs. Last year was an absolute dong ball pitcher. Well, home run per 9 of 1.24 isn't terrible. You want to look at those splits though. He allowed 22 home runs to righties, only 2 to lefties. So if you go down to like home run per 9, 1.46 versus 0.47. That's a lot worse when you split it up that way. Matt McLain is a righty. And if you remember, Nestor Cortes pitched 1 game so far this year. So we're going to his game log. He allowed 5 home runs in that game. He pitched 2 innings. The first 4 batters hit a home run off of Nestor Cortes. Now that was the Yankees torpedo bats, but still a really bad pitcher. If you look at like his advanced stats, he allowed 3 barrels in 1 game. Is comically bad. That is absolutely, absolutely horrific. And the biggest issue with Nestor Cortes last year was allowing guys to hit the ball in the air. That's why he was such a dong ball pitcher, was because that launch angle was really, really high. So Matt McLain to hit a home run. He also mashes fastballs. I mentioned this yesterday when I went through his analysis, because I did have McLain yesterday. He was the only one that didn't hit a home run for us. But he mashes fastballs. Like last year, per ISO rate, his best pitch was the 4-seam fastball. So he mashes lefties, he mashes fastballs, he mashes fastballs off of lefties. So all these question marks from Ballpark Pal, I'm not saying that this is their fault. They don't think that there's enough data on Matt McLain, but they do have him highly rated for a home run. So you figure the data that they do have is very good. So this is our third play, Matt McLain to hit a home run, again, plus 500 odds at DraftKings. And then our fourth and final pick of the video is a pretty juicy one in terms of odds. It's Jarren Duran to hit a home run. It was plus 700 odds when I locked it in. That's still the best offered price here. And all of these are best offered at DraftKings. I probably should have mentioned that at the beginning, but a quarter unit at plus 700. We look for Duran. Pretty decent positive EV play. 481 according to Ballpark Pal. And we're getting it at 700 at DraftKings. And FanDuel, for context, is giving this to you at 520. So I always like a situation, because at the beginning of the day, before lineups are announced, FanDuel should be giving us the worst odds, they should be giving us what we deem as the best odds, because they don't lock somebody or give you a refund if that player doesn't start, whereas most other books do. So the fact that FanDuel is as high on Duran as they are is a good sign. Now, Duran is in the Ketel Marte category of guys that have been mashing the baseball but haven't gotten one to go yard. So we're looking at, again, the most hard hits in the entire MLB. Look who's tied for second with Shohei Ohtani. Jarren Duran. He's got 13 hard hits, hard hit rate of 65%. He's even got 2 barrels. So when you barrel something up, that there's a high conversion rate between barrels and home runs. He's got 2, 0 home runs. I mean, so do these guys here. So you would hope that it's kind of similar for the top 4 guys as well. Now, Alec Boehm, and I don't need to go through each one, but Alec Boehm is more of a doubles guy. So his kind of makes sense. Jarren Duran does have some pop. He can hit the ball out of the stadium. I mentioned good weather game all around, especially for lefties at Orioles Park. The wind's blowing out to right field, and the right field fence is shorter at Orioles Park. So it's generally more positive for left-handed batters. I mean, it's high at this part right here, but it's generally a short fence. So you want to target lefties in Baltimore. So we're looking at Jarren Duran. I like the fact that we go off of his numbers yesterday. He didn't hit a home run, but he had 3 hits that were above 100 miles per hour exit velocity. They are all 3 right here. Ground in double play, not great. Launch angle of -11. That's not good. Ground out, not great. Launch angle of -16. But this is what was a little bit encouraging. He flew out, launch angle of 20 degrees, traveled 336 feet. Now, he just if he gets over that a little bit more, that ball is going out of the stadium. And yesterday wasn't nearly as good of a home run day as today is. If we go back to the MLB ballpark factors, remember, today's a +10 in favor at Orioles Park in general. We go back to yesterday, we look at Oriole Park, it was a -13. It was much, much colder, and the barometric pressure was higher, which is bad for carry. Shout out, I forget the guy's name, but somebody told me the science behind why the barometric pressure is good for carry. We want it low. Yesterday was a horrible day for home runs. Today it's not. So you wonder if this exact hit does leave the stadium today. I'm not going to say that it definitely does. I'm saying there's a higher chance today than yesterday. So Duran's been really good. It's a decent matchup. Charlie Morton is like 95 years old. Generally, he's not a huge dong ball guy. Like if you look at Charlie Morton, he's been with the Braves for a while. You look at his stats last year. Home run per nine of 1.25 is not anybody to be scared of. That's pretty, not going to say pretty bad, but that's definitely not somebody to completely avoid. He's made 1 start this year, went 3.1 innings. Now, he didn't give up a home run, but you look at that game, he got smacked around. You look at his StatCast, he gave up 2 barrels, which is bad, 12 hard hits, which is bad, 85% hard hit rate. Now, he doesn't strike a lot of guys out. So hard hit rate, like guys that throw a lot of fastballs and that get a lot of strikeouts are going to have a high hard hit rate because they strike a lot of guys out. Charlie Morton doesn't. So this is abominably bad. The thing with Charlie Morton, abominably bad probably isn't even a word, but you know what I mean. The thing with Charlie Morton is he generally doesn't allow a lot of fly balls, but he allows a lot of line drives. So if we look at this year, 50% line drive rate, like those are going to start leaving fences. Jarren Duran has been smacking the baseball. So he's going to start hitting balls that are going to leave fences. So I really like this one. I think it's a great look for Jarren Duran, especially at the +700 odds. It's crazy. But that's all we got. 4 official dongs for you guys to lock in. I'll go ahead and recap, and then we'll get out of here. It's Ketel Marte, +400. It's Hunter Goodman. I wish his name was Dwight Goodman, but that's all right. +450. It's Matt McLain. Always trust a Matt M. +500. And Jarren Duran, +700. All 4 of them are best offered at DraftKings. I put exactly $1. So for me, a unit is $100. So I put $25 on each of them individually. Literally $1 on a parlay of all 4 of them in case we have a day where we go for glory. But if we win all 4 of these today, let's hope that we do. Not including the parlay, we will profit 5.13 units. That is our potential profit for today. And that's all we got. I appreciate everybody for watching. A couple things to check out if you're interested. I put a link to Ballpark Pal in the description of the video. I put a link to my Tails account as well. So if you want to get everything sent to you early, it gets sent through the app and via Discord. Check out those 2 links in the description of the video. But that's all we got. I appreciate everybody for watching. Make sure to bet responsibly and have a good one.